Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams. And welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I'm hearing you bring them magic and laughter. There's something here about humor, the gift of humor. And you may or may not have seen this aspect of yourself. You know, for some of you, it's not like you were known as the class clown or anything, or you were always known for your sense of humor, but it's something that you're embracing. It's naturally developing your sense of humor now because you're relaxing. I heard taking your hands off the wheel. So don't do that in the 3D, okay? But when you're in a car. But it's something like energetically you're seeing things from a different perspective with levity, with a light heart. And it's something that it feels contagious, but in the best way. Because somebody you're around, or somebody that you're around, or somebody that you're around, I said that twice, so it must be, or some people that you're around, or this could be people that you share information with or your energy with. They are seeing this change in you and they really love it. They really love it. I don't know why Eddie Murphy is coming through. I don't know why. But maybe that's just confirming that you are definitely developing a really beautiful sense of humor. And you know what? I saw in meditation the other day, it was somebody who was like doing stand-up or sharing their comedy content, but it was like it wasn't their first plan for their life. Like initially there was a different plan that someone had for their life, but now it's a dream to share comedy content. Okay, and that's awesome. You will be blessed for that. Your journey is blessed. If this applies to you, if that resonates, take it if it resonates. Your goal of sharing that energy with others is definitely going to be blessed. But for some of you, it's just an overall vibe. Like you're not trying to actually share comedic content, but you're just having more fun in life and you're taking it easy. You're laughing more. You know, and it's not really like your goal to make people laugh, but you're doing that. You're having that effect on people because people love your joyful heart. And I'm seeing a shift, like your mind before it felt heavy and there was like a darkness within your mind, and it wasn't that you were evil or anything like that. It was just that there were burdens that you experienced from your past. And now it's like a beautiful blue sky filled with big cumulus clouds, and it's bright and sunny. That's what your mind looks like now. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. There's been a whole transformation. What does this beautiful being need to know? Thank you for that message, Divine. What does this beautiful being need to know? Broom. This came through in like two readings ago. Clearing the space. You might be cleaning some things. I see you with some rubber gloves on and a bucket. You might be doing, you know, it's really cool to do energy clearing rituals while you are doing a physical cleanse or cleaning of your house, okay? And you can do this with anything. As you're mopping your floors, you can say an incantation, speak protection over your home, rebuke any evil that has been sent to your space, okay? And then infuse it with beautiful divine energy, frequencies of protection, okay? You can use Florida water in your mop water. That helps, okay? There are some different little things you can look up, like how to use a floor wash. There are some little tricks that you can use to make it just a little bit more magical, but as long as your intention is in it to do that work, it will be magical, okay? You don't have to follow anybody's rules. You can make your own magic when clearing the energy of your home. There's something here also about decluttering, and this could be figurative or literal. So you might be going through and getting rid of some things that you no longer need. You might be donating some things, okay? I see you actually going through drawers, and I'm getting the vibe of a junk drawer. You might finally be hitting that junk drawer, making it look a little nice. There's something here about choosing to raise your vibe by clearing the energy of your home. That's a real thing. Also, there could be something that happened in the past where you feel like that energy has lingered in your home. There could have been some disagreements. There could have been some chaotic energy that you were experiencing. You went through something quite chaotic and this energy felt heavy. You can clear that. You can clear that. Camphor is really great to burn. That's something that's recommended after experiencing, or if you're experiencing grief. If someone in the home has crossed over, it's very good to cleanse the home with camphor, but you can do it anytime. I have some ASMR videos where I use camphor. But yeah, it's very powerful. Thank you, Spirit. What else is coming through for this beautiful being? Flute glasses. Success, joy, raising your vibration. You'll emerge victorious. Prepare for a grand toast. Oh, we love that. Yeah, and I feel like this is after that chaotic experience that you went through. And remember, that came through for your mind. It felt like something dark was hovering over your mind. I just saw, I'm seeing it in my third eye. It's like your mind looked like a gloomy day, but now it's bright. It is beautiful. I think gloomy days are beautiful too, but you know, as far as the vibe that we want in our mind, the imagery that's coming through is very beautiful. Okay, so there's been a shift, and this shift has happened inside you. It's happened in your mind first, so now everything is aligning. And Divine said it had to start there. It had to start in your mind. You were strong enough to create this shift within your mind first. And so now you might be getting your house in order. You might be getting rid of some things and switching some furniture around. And you might be looking into feng shui or something like that, you know, if that interests you. But just picking up the vibe of your home. And because you're aligning the realms with the mental, the spiritual, the physical, there's something in this physical realm that's going to hit in a very good way. It's like I'm seeing something come through a portal, and it's like, woo! It just fills you with such good energy. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's wrapped up in a bow. In my vision, it's wrapped up in a bow. Gold and red. Dining room, balance and enjoyment. Savor slowly. Stop before full. So there's something here about a warning as far as there could be a surrounding energy somewhere that is like wanting to influence you with greed. And you know what I'm getting is like, let's say if you're getting a promotion or you're manifesting additional financial wealth or something like that, and there's somebody who sees evidence of you doing really well, of this manifestation coming through for you, and they're like, maybe this was an old friend from the past or something like that, and they kind of had some user vibes, you know, and they're like, hey, you want to go shopping? And so when you're out shopping, maybe they try on a ring or a piece of jewelry or something, and maybe they just told you a sob story. They're like, yeah, it's been so tough what I've been going through. Hey, haven't you been blessed recently? Tell me about that. You want to give me this ring? You know, it's something like that. Yeah, it's something about a user vibe, like someone trying to use you because they know what you're coming into. For some of you, this could be an inheritance that you're coming into. Okay, that did come through. Someone crossing over 1111 on the timer when I was talking about the camphor. So there could have been someone who recently crossed over. Oh, blessings, peace and blessings. Peace, peace. Ashe. Yeah, so be aware of that, because, you know, a lot of times people have their eyes on what you're manifesting. They're paying more attention than you. Sometimes. Okay, so that's it for this deck. Thank you, Spirit. What's next? Where are we going next? The Crows. Oh, we've got King of Wands and High Priestess peeking out there. I feel like you have really beautiful leadership abilities, and your creative energy has put you in a place of authority. It's elevated you to a place of authority because you create. I'm hearing you create with love. That's more like King of Cups, Queen of Cups, but you also create with passion. That's where the King of Wands is coming through for me. 1222 on the timer. Yeah, you create with a lot of passion. I'm also getting that lust is something that you no longer subscribe to. It's just a vibe that you're not tapping into. For some of you, this could be evidence of you breaking a generational curse. You're changing the pattern in your bloodline of people who have been misguided by lustful desires. It's like you are full of passion, but the frequency of lust has no power over you. So, since you came through as the King of Wands, I'm getting that you're passionate, but you're very balanced. You're not at all like a King of Wands in the reverse, okay? Nothing down there is controlling you, okay? You are definitely balanced. That's beautiful, and it's a huge accomplishment for any human being. But you are a spirit having a human experience. So I feel like the fact that you align with that you are a spirit having a human experience, that's one reason why you don't allow lustful desires to rule you. You got the Six of Wands here. You are shining and thriving. Ooh, I love it. I'm getting that there's somebody trying to act like they don't see you. But they looking real hard. But anyway, that's just a little side note. Why did that come through, Spirit? Okay, it could be a Queen of Swords that you ended something with. And now you're in the Nine of Cups. Your wishes are fulfilled. So there could be somebody who's kind of like cold or bitter. And you closed out a cycle with them, with the world. I'm hearing it needed to be done. I'm hearing that you know this person's frequency, but there are a lot of details that Spirit has spared you from. Like, they don't want you to... This is information that Spirit did not want you to tap into. These details about this Queen of Swords, because this person has done some very hurtful things. But I'm hearing that more than anything, they hurt themselves. So Divine says, don't tap into the details. The cycle is closed. And that's all that's important there. Okay. But if you ever feel like there's something that this person is trying to, because they're in this group. You see how this is the Six of Wands. So this crow is obviously very victorious and has done something wonderful, something amazing. They're accomplished. But then the crows down here, they're not looking at the crow. It's almost like not wanting to give you your flowers, not wanting to recognize you. But it doesn't really matter because you're elevated and you're getting your congratulations from the universe. That's what I'm hearing. All your congratulations are coming from the universe, and that's the best type of congratulations you could ever hope for. Okay? So, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And you're in a Nine of Cups. So your wishes are fulfilled. Your wishes are being fulfilled. Some already have been. I'm hearing my cup runneth over. The Moon card is here. What is this? Spirit. Ooh, Seven of Swords. So there was somebody who was hiding their lies, betrayal, and deceit here with the Seven of Swords and the Moon. They were doing things, and Divine says this is confirmation that the cycle that you've closed out, it needed to be closed, and it needs to remain closed. Anything else about this energy here? Page of Wands and Eight of Pentacles. There's some kind of communication about your work, about how dedicated you are, how consistent you are. Also how fruitful. I don't usually get that with the Eight of Pentacles, but there's a lot of fruit in these cups over here with the Nine of Cups, so I am getting that you're extremely fruitful. But people are talking about this with the Page of Wands here. People see that you're not distracted. It's like you're a free spirit with your creative energy, but you're also very dedicated. It's a beautiful combination of energies. It's like you have this childlike vibrance about you, life, spark, but you're also very dedicated and consistent. So it makes sense as to why you're paying off. Your ability to maintain balance is one reason for your success, because the Two of Pentacles landed over here on the Six of Wands. Also, there could have been something about this group that doesn't want to give you your flowers, that was trying to throw off your balance. But that was not about to happen. You maintain your balance. You don't let other people or their reactions steer you away from what you're meant to focus on. Your focus is a huge source of prosperity for you. I'm hearing a message of take it to the divine. This may be something that you're getting into the habit of doing as you're experiencing prosperity and victory with the Six of Wands and Nine of Cups. Eight of Pentacles, you're hardworking and consistent. I'm trying to get away from the word hardworking, but I do feel that it does have value because hard work is a vibe. It's just that sometimes people process, when they hear hard work, they think that that means hustling and foregoing sleep and foregoing this and that and not eating and work, hustle hard, and that's not what we're doing. But when Divine says hard work, they're just talking about consistency and showing up in a way that makes you proud, but also preserves your self-care, your self-love. There's something here about if on this journey you experience a disappointment, or there's something that you strive for but it doesn't come in when you expected it or something like that, Divine says to work through that disappointment with the Divine first. That'll be really good practice to do that. Work through that negative emotion that might set in, okay, within yourself first with the Divine. Connecting with your higher self, source, your ancestors, spirit allies, however you connect spiritually. Getting into a habit of doing that before you go to another person. If you have another being in your life that supports you, it could be a lover, it could be a friend, it could be anyone that you confide in and who will hear you, listen to you, and advise you. Get into the habit of processing your emotions within yourself first. If you want to connect with a person and tell them about the situation and what you did to raise your vibe, that's perfectly fine. But Divine says, come to me first. Go to your higher self first. Go to source first. Because that's going to continue to build resilience. You've already been doing this. So this is just like confirmation of what you've been doing. And to keep doing that. It's going to make you more resilient. And before you know it, whatever it is that you have been processing as a setback, or maybe some of you even consider it a failure. I don't, because it's, as long as you learn from it and can grow from it, it's just a lesson learned. But whatever you have considered a setback, as a setback, you won't process it that way anymore. 2 on the timer. This is about your balance. 2 of Pentacles. This is something that's coming through for you to encourage your strength and your work ethic and your resilience within whatever it is that you give your time, energy, and effort towards. Whatever lessons you've learned from experiencing things with a group that tried to put you through the ringer or tried to criticize you in a destructive way, or whatever it was that you experienced there, the lessons that you learned from that and the strength that you gained, apply that also to your work ethic. If you experience something that it feels disappointing within your work journey, on your path of doing what you love, or on your career path, apply that same resilience when you experience that, okay? You can talk yourself through it. You can talk to the Divine and be like, I'm disappointed with this. Help me. What do I need to see from this experience? What is it that I am being guided to learn and understand? Because I feel like I failed. What am I being encouraged to learn here about myself or about my expectations? Divine might show you that, you know, you did succeed, but you just were expecting something different from what the universe was ready to bring you. So you didn't even fail. Isn't that beautiful? It could be that there's more lessons that need to be learned before you manifest exactly what it was that you set out to manifest. And so Divine knows about that timing. They know when it's right. So maybe it's not that you aren't going to get it. It's just that you weren't going to get it yet, because Divine wants you to have a certain level of strength or a skill set in place so that when you manifest that thing, you're able to keep it. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, this is with the King of Cups. This is about tuning into your intuitive self. And gaining emotional balance, achieving that. I feel like this is something that you've been working towards, and with the King of Cups coming through, you really are a balanced, stable being. And you're very intuitive, extremely intuitive. Ashe. This could be because you're both the Hermit and the Hierophant. Ooh, with the Sun card. Okay. Also, the Ten of Wands was there. This energy that you've manifested of the Hermit, the Hierophant, the Sun, is because of a burden that you were experiencing. But you have come through it. Or you're coming through it. Okay? But I feel like with these cards right here, I feel like there's something really amazing that you've manifested. You're seen as the Hermit because you are... I always see the Hermit as someone who wants to learn. They want to know things. And they're willing to study. They're willing to learn. Okay? So, yeah. You pay attention to things. You are tuned in. Also with the Hierophant, you have spiritual wisdom that guides you on your path, but it also helps others as well. And this is a huge source of success and abundance. You just flowing in this energy of the Hermit and the Hierophant. Learning, studying, researching, and also sharing wisdom with others. I do see you as a teacher. There's something that you share with the world as far as something very... It's something amazing that you're passionate about, that you show others how to do. And this makes you happy. This is such a wholesome happiness that I'm getting. I don't always get this vibe. I mean, the Sun is one of my favorite cards. I love it. But I'm just getting this incredible sense of wholesomeness. Like, what you're manifesting, if you're not feeling this happiness already, what you're manifesting is a joy that can never be shaken. There is nothing that anybody can say to you, send to you, do to you that would take you out of your joyful state. This is like such a wholesome happiness, and it's because it comes from deep within you. This happiness is a result of you being authentic, you being yourself. You're like, oh, you're shining the sun on my life? You want to talk about something I did in the past? Yeah, me too. Let's talk. Like, there's no fear here. You're not afraid of anything about you being exposed, because you have gone within and you've come to understand any demons that you had, you know. And what happens when you understand the demons that you have? You don't have skeletons in your closet. You're free. There's something about that, because there could have been somebody who wanted to hold something over your head, like something from your past. But it's like, we're going to put that in a song, put that in a poem. What is that? Poetic justice, put it in a song, all right. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar has a couple of songs where he talks about putting things in a song, you know. So whatever it is that used to bring shame or torment or a burden, because I saw that Ten of Wands, you have used it to power your creative flow. You turned your shame into a source of creative energy. Oh. So you're not ashamed of your past, your present, And this gives you an incredible sense of freedom because you have the power to be authentic, to be you. You're not afraid. There's nothing that anyone can hold over your head. You're just like, yeah, I'm me. And also, if there's anybody who is trying to hold something over your head, they're in a very, I'm hearing, desperately dark place. Desperately dark place. And that's why they use tactics like that to try to hold things over people's head. Yeah, there could have been a message regarding some chaos where somebody was trying to cause a tornado or a storm in your world. It's like, psh, please. Look, and you are fulfilled. Look, right behind that, you've got summon and fulfillment. Whatever chaos somebody was threatening to stir up in your life is like, okay. Moving right along. You know, it's not a threat at all. This could have been something that required you to take a risk because somebody wanted to put pressure on you. Like, if you do that, I'm going to tell everybody what you did 20 years ago. Or, you know, something like that. Or there could have been somebody trying to make you feel like you were fraudulent because you've changed. We're supposed to. You did exactly what we're supposed to do. What we come to this earth to do is to change, to transform. And the thing about it is a lot of times when you choose to love yourself and you choose to transform and go with that process that you're so divinely guided to do, a lot of people get uncomfortable. And the reason why is because they're guided to change too. There are things that whoever this was that was trying to hold something over your head or scare you or cause chaos in your life, they have an inner compass too. It's just that they don't listen to it. They don't follow it. I have seen very narcissistic individuals come to the edge, almost like this, and then they step back. I see the growth that they start making and, you know, the changes that they start making on a journey, and then they go all the way back. It's like, no, I can't do it. I'm afraid. And so they let fear rule them. And so when they see you, not just stopping here, but trusting enough to actually make the jump, to take the risk, they are so jealous. They are so angry that you're able to follow through with following the guidance of your inner compass, and that they have given up. Seeing you go through with what you have set out to do just reminds them of all the things that they have not done, all of the things that they have started but gave up on. And it makes them feel like they have failed miserably. And that's because they tell themselves that they have failed miserable. That's the recording that they play over and over in their mind. They feel like a failure. And so then when they see you winning, it just reminds them of the negative self-talk that they're already entertaining 24/7. Okay? Yeah, I'm going back to this fulfillment card. You got the fulfillment card, the Sun, the Nine of Cups. I mean, it's just, wow. And all of this is coming to you because you closed out a cycle. I'm hearing that as long as you stay in that flow that you're in now, because you have closed out the cycle. In other words, as long as you choose to love yourself, as long as you choose to live above fear, as long as you choose to see threats as pitiful effort that's made to keep you stuck, but it can't. Okay, you're far beyond any threats that anybody's making. You're going to continue in this state of abundance and flow, wish fulfillment. You've done something really powerful here, and it's amazing. Yeah, this could go back to that message at the beginning of the reading where somebody was wanting to put themselves out there. It came through that somebody could be doing that with their comedy, but it could be anything. It could be your music. It could be your poetry. It could be your dancing or something. But it's a way that you're putting yourself out there in the world, and somebody wants to be like, you're never going to do this, that, because you used to be this person and that person, and you used to do this and that. Remember? It's just because they're so uncomfortable with your transformation that they're looking for a way to try to clip your wings. But they can't. They cannot. That is very clear in this reading, that they cannot clip your wings. You are flying no matter what, because you know what? You have earned those wings. You grew them. You grew those wings. They're yours. And they can't clip them. They can't take them away from you. Okay, I'm being called to this animal spirit deck. Let's see what's coming through. Southern accent? I don't know. Somebody might be from the south. Ooh, the cheetah. Ooh. Can we just take that? I think so. We've got that cheetah and the panther. This is amazing because I have to look it up. It's a goddess. I believe it's a Mexican goddess. I was talking to somebody earlier today about her. I didn't know about her. But I think she's a goddess of the moon, and she rides a panther or something like that. I'll have to look up her name and put it in the video. So, but she rides a panther, I believe. So there's something about your intuition that is just so, it's so keen, and it helps you to move forward. It's like you're able to take decisive action. Also, this is nighttime energy and daytime, like feminine, masculine. Okay, I'm getting that here with the... I want to read the panther. I really feel like that's what we're being guided to here. Because the cheetah is very masculine energy. It's where you are basically on fire. Okay. Okay, and I'm getting here, like, what's coming through for this, because I'm making that connection with the moon goddess that's associated with a panther. I'm getting intuition, nighttime. The panther is a dark animal, so I'm getting like feminine fire. That's what's coming through. Feminine fire. Okay, so I'm getting like goddess Kali, where it's like this goddess energy, but she's able to burn things down when she needs to. She's able to get rid of things that need to go. Now, you might make different associations with the panther spirit. That's fine. Okay, masculine, feminine, fire, whatever. Okay, just because it says fire in here does not necessarily mean that you have to associate it with fire. All right, but that's what I'm getting, is like this really powerful goddess fiery energy, okay, that works in the night. Works in the night, okay? But you make whatever associations come to you. This is the annihilation of the unnecessary, purging. And it came through that you might be clearing the energy of your home, so that makes sense. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnant. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc. Now, you don't have to receive this as havoc, okay? But you may feel like you've already been through that. So that's what I'm getting, is that you've already been through a chaotic event with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, dusting, that came through with the broom. See? You're in that stage. And if you haven't been feeling that, that's what's coming to you, is the okay, the relief, the clearing. It's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. Yeah, you're very wise. We've all been through these experiences and they've made us better people. You have become a better person in so many ways. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. So you are brave and productive. If there are any energies that come to you that feel like, you know, it's tempting to do something that's self-destructive, take a moment to understand what you're feeling and to realize that that desire to do something that's self-destructive is based on an old timeline. It's based on an old version of you, and that you're choosing to align with your self-love and with the peace inside you that is always there. Okay? It says to bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary, and that came through earlier with like decluttering, clearing the energy of your home. So that's something that's going to be very spiritual for you. Of course, it's nice in the physical when we clear our space, but there's something very, very beautiful that's happening for you as you energetically cleanse your home, but also do that by, you know, organizing in the physical realm as well. Thank you, Divine. What things does this beautiful being have to look forward to as they enjoy this present? Prosperity. Oh, in so many ways, not just finances, but it's like you're prosperous. You prosper. Everything you set your mind and your hands to prospers. Okay? And love. This could be love for what you do, love for people in your life or person in your life that is very dear to you. I'm hearing a meeting of the minds. Getting on the same page, being on the same page, being on the same page. It's like maybe you had to get on the same page and now you can be. I keep getting that, like the there's some relief coming to you, some relaxation. Yeah. You deserve it. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm so grateful that they came through for this beautiful being. And I'm so grateful to you for taking the time to tune in. Thank you so much. I hope that you got something good out of these messages, whether it was clarity or insight or just some good vibes. I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.